Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly give basic information to develop very good solid foundation regarding tranquility and insight meditation, because you have to practice yourself to gain some kind of wisdom. That learning is a part of it, but at the same time, you have to remember, practice and understand yourself and gain some result and be with it. It is your part. It is not for future. Every day, you have to pick it up little by little, and push your limits to bring it out of your own life. So that is where by the time you're going to experience the change. Otherwise, if you don't have that effort inside to bring the change to yourself, this is also going to become kind of like just learning. So when it comes to meditation, you have to remember one thing. Even though we practice meditation, it is just a part of life. And the practicing is a part of life. And by the time, little by little, you start to gain your awareness. And once you develop the awareness, you have ability to use that awareness to your whole life. But that doesn't mean meditation is your whole life. So you should not misunderstand. There are a lot of things as human beings. You have to interfere with the life. And you can't argue thinking that only the meditation is the best, only the meditation is need for life. No, there are a lot of other things as ordinary people. So it's kind of like this, just imagine that the brain always claim brain is the most important part of the body. The heart always claim heart is the most important part of the body. And the leg the same, the arm the same, your each and every body part the same. And when it comes to our life, and maybe some other say, the money is the most important part in our life. Some other can think, so traveling is the most important part of our life. And some others say, oh, marriage is the most important part of life. In early marriages, sometimes we think, oh, children are the most important part of our life. And so like that, we clinging to something, looking for happiness and satisfaction. And when you clinging to that something, knowingly or unknowingly, what happens? The inside desires start to become stronger. And your hopes and ambitions and start to pick up certain kind of currents. Little by little, start to pull you towards something which you don't know. So then by the time what will happen, that anxiety, depression, unbalance start to come. And once you start to experience it within yourself, it's very difficult for you to fix. So then these excitations, you have to remember, through the meditation, we trying to minimize the excitations. You can't sit for meditation with the excitations. So for that, in the beginning, you have to remember, even for the meditation, the subject or the practice you call meditation, you can't have excitations, a strong intention. It kind of like, you can't separate it from other things and tell, oh, this is the most important thing. Because the thing is, what happens, if you start to do that way, by the time maybe that you develop that excitation, that attitude in you, and whatever the excitations you have, it start to create agitation. That's the very nature. It doesn't matter, you have the excitations towards the liberation, nibbana. It brings the agitation next. So the once you have the agitation, it's bring the guilt, shame. So that kind of things, when you have experience in you, it creates unbalance. So then while you practice, keep it this kind of like the same level like other things. So you don't need to specialize it, categorize it, and separately worship it. Because then by the time maybe you start to criticize other things. No. Maybe you have to deeply get into this understanding. Remember that maybe you sit for meditation and when you sit for meditation, you feel more relaxed, calm, joy, happy. So then your child start to play a video game. Your husband or wife maybe start to watch TV. Maybe for her or him, that's the favorite show at this time. And maybe someone else start to do something else. So in your mind, if you think, oh, why they don't practice meditation? I practice meditation. Oh, video game is not good. Oh, watching TV is not good. So like that, in your mind, you start to categorize. As a result, listen this very carefully. You have to slowly catch it, what I try to, bring it to the table. So by the time, what happens? Because you think like that way, doesn't mean they're going to stop, they are playing video games. By the time, because you think this way, they're not going to stop watching TV or doing something else. They start to keep doing it. But it deeply affect for your practice. And your mind, rather than practicing yourself, what will happen? You develop the agitation inside you. Then that more than other people, you become more unbalanced. So then other people ask, you practice meditation every day. Why you get so mad like this? You practice meditation. So why you get disappointed like this? Because this happen even when we go to the jungle and the monastery sometimes. Oh, I am in the monastery, other old people, not good, I am the good. Then you trigger the, that kind of unbalance in you. So that whoever become happy in according to their point of view, this is a very important for you, whoever that become happy according to their point of view, in the very first thing, remember, you have to accept it. If they become happy with that, accept it, because everybody not the same. The people are different. So you should not criticize them. And you should understand. Maybe they're not going to recognize this, but you should understand the very nature, the very behavior of the human mind. People always into something. Maybe they don't recognize it is profitable or unprofitable. Because even ourselves also, we still growing. There are a lot of things. We are kind of like this still. We are unfinished job ourselves. There are a lot of blind spots we have to fix within ourselves. So then, if you start to unbalance with the practice, what happens? You can't develop that. And always you bringing that more and more and more blind spot to your own practice. You should not do that. So that's why when it comes to practice, always, especially that when you're sitting, remember to bring that idea as example. You practice, maybe other people can see you practice meditation in this very moment or another time, and maybe they're shouting, they're laughing, and try to understand. It's same like when you achieve to tranquility state, how you become happy. Just imagine maybe laughing and talking to somebody, or maybe listening to loud music, or dancing, watching TV or movie, or playing a video game, or kind of like that. And maybe they also try to find the same happiness like you. But they don't know, they don't have this path still. So in the very first level, when you have that kind of understanding, it brings your mind down, calm down. That calmness deeply have the moment to experience the bliss. So that's what you need. Once you have the bliss, you are capable to go little by little more deeper, deeper, deeper. So then when it comes to meditation, always remember, in life, there are a lot of things to do. And so maybe we can't do it, other people do it. Then so we have to appreciate that. And at the same time, when you into practice, it's always need to understand in the moment of practice, to have a discipline yourself to bring the growth, not to just find a place and settle down. Because as example, we have always nature to find a place and settle down, find a place and settle down. Knowingly or unknowingly, even that in a deep sleep also this body, this muscles memory has a way to find a way and settle down. But in meditation, our purpose is not finding a place and settle down. Our purpose is bringing the vigorous awareness, observation, thoroughly, deeply recognizing what is happening, what this experience and how it comes, what is the meaning of we experience this. You have to focus to that. Once you have the bliss, the very reason is when it comes to the world, look at that, the we are experiencing in this time period, more than any other time in the human history. We experience the science, the technology, the machines, the pharmaceutical product. We experience and the informations. We experience in this level to the highest. So that is good. But if you look very carefully, we deeply neglect something. That is our own awareness. Look into that, how many scientists, how many engineers, how many wise people doing any kind of research regarding how this consciousness happens. People have a lot of ideas. As you know, the most of time nowadays is space traveling and going to other planets and looking for other planets and going to the Mars and again go to the moon and even sending satellites, that things to the sun. And those are nowadays, we saw these things kind of like, big news. But from ancient time to today, there are very few people into investigate, look, and try to understand how this awareness come, how this happen, how this experience come to you. When I say something, you hear it, and at the same time, how you recognize it, from where it come. And as everybody knows, in our body, there is no any special place to keep this all the past experience as a memory. But you have capacity, you in your mind, if you go deep a little bit, you can go beyond your birth and your previous lives, you can see. So what does that mean? But scientifically, people don't look into these things. So there are no any machines can make and go with that machines and make a life happen the way you want. Only the way you have to understand that this mechanism, and you are capable to understand it. And once you have that wisdom, anymore you're not depending from this outside desires, and you're not into that outside excitations, and it not allow you to agitate your life. So in meditation, then your responsibility to look into that because that is the science. That is what the Buddha taught. It is not about, oh, I believe this, I believe that. Oh, this should be like this way, that should be like that. I think this way, because of that, it should be like that. That's how people talk. And sometimes say, oh, I don't know because of it is not there. So that's how people talk about things. Even that the scientists and well-educated people, and sometimes they think, oh, I don't know. And because of, I don't believe it. That's how they talk. So when it comes to yourself, you have to understand then in your life, what you gain as life. You can't gain life as life, this body. Why? Because you know this body change every day. There is no such a, that the body you can hold only 24 hours even. Unmovable, unshakable, unchangeable body. There is no. As you know, your heart to this, all the organs and the blood, circular system, then each and every nerve, this everything always vibrating and changing. So then you can't depend even from this body. Another thing is the mind. You can't just depend on thoughts, believing it is life. Even you know your thoughts, you can't tell, oh, I know my life. You can't depend on that. So that is why this meditation is just not a mere practice. This meditation is not just believing. This meditation is not kind of like just understanding. It tries to take you to a level, deeper level, to experience something beyond that what we believe as life. That's what you should get. Because that through the conversations, maybe through the talks, and we always listen, oh, it should be like this. Oh, I think like this way. Oh, we can break down to this point like this, all this idea. That idea is not life. That information is not life. So then when it comes to the tranquility state and the vipassana state, you have to remember, it try to take you to a level to experience something beyond your life, that what you believe as life. So you believe the body and you believe the thoughts as your life. But as you know, just take one moment and observe your thoughts. You have no idea from where it comes, from where it goes. And then how you can take your thoughts as your life. And maybe you take your partner as life. Or sometimes you say, oh, this is my life. How you can say that? In what point of view you say that person as your life? What is the meaning of life? Because when you don't understand, try to get this very carefully. If you don't know what is the life, how you can say your partner is your life? That's why you're telling lies. You don't know about it. You just say, you try to sympathize. You try to empathize. You try to cover up the moment. You try to make it nice. And that's why it's kind of like you putting some icing on the cake to make it beautiful. Because if you question yourself, you can't say that another person has your life. And sometimes for parents, you say your children, oh, my child is my life. And then you know the child is changing day by day, day by day. And maybe in the beginning you think, oh, this is my life. And then by the time when the child becomes young, teenager, young person, and bringing so much problem to you. And then you think, oh, this child tried to kill me, giving me hard time, destroy my life. And sometimes you say, get out my life. And how? Then you have to understand, even though you say it for the moment, oh, this is my life, maybe you pointing out to the wrong direction. That is the key point you have to understand. So then just imagine, our body is not our life. Our mind is not our life. Even the people around us, our husband or the wife, not our life. Even the children, not our life. Your partner, not your life. Your lovers, not your life. Then what is life? That's the key question you have to look into. Because we always, from tradition, by culture, and we look into wrong place. That's why still in this journey, we become more disappointed, unhappy, sad, worry, day by day, day by day. So when you bring the balance to yourself, what will happen? Your mind, your thoughts start to settle down. You know that. So it is very, very, very practical way. You can access to it. When your body mind balance, and once it settle down little by little, your thoughts start to settle down. Then this craziness not going to be there with you. No that much desires, and everything become calm down. Maybe you can't, maybe you're not going to be 24 hours like that, but at least maybe sometimes for one minute, maybe you experience it. So it is that way that you can develop and achieve yourself. It is not just a kind of like a talk, or it's not a kind of like an idea. You can gain that by practicing. The practicing means just allowing this everything to settle down. So once the mind settles down, this busyness start to disappear. Thoughts start to settle down. The wanting or the needs start to disappear. Then yourself, you settle down. And once you settle down, that underneath, that this knowing part is still become more vivid and sharp and clear. For the knowing part, the recognition happening inside you, no need anything. The recognition happening inside you, no needs anything. It don't look for anything. It just there, always in a flow. So once the thought settle down, once the desires settle down, agitations settle down, the guilt, shame disappear, your mind start to slowly experience, tune to that deeper level of recognition. So that this settling down, another way you can name like a 5 hindrance disappear. And once it settle down, your body, mind, breathing start to become one, but the recognition become more sharp and clear, and it is there. That recognition It's your awareness. So your awareness is your deeper level of life. And another way we call it consciousness. So the consciousness no need anything. That's the key point you have to understand. The consciousness doesn't want anything from this outside world. The consciousness depends on the very nature of the consciousness is experience. So that it doesn't matter the good or bad, right or wrong, beautiful or ugly, it's just experience. And it doesn't look for something to gain. It doesn't look for something to throw away. It's just there. And it's come out of that entire, as a result of this entire process in your body. And it happened only the human body, not any other animals, even though that the other animal have the heartbeat and other organs and the way of recognition. But this consciousness not going to happen. This recognition not going to happen for other animals. It happened only to the humans. That's why this human life is so precious and important. So through the meditation, you have to remember deeply, gain access to that level, because that is where the very real human nature you can experience. Otherwise, on the surface level, if you look, we eat, that you can't name as because of we are human, we eat, because all animals eat. You know, reproduction, they all do that. And sometimes, you know, that the sleeping and the bears do better than us. And the reproducing do better than us. There are more other animals do it. And even the longevity, more than the human, there are a lot of other animals live long. So then the only important thing that happen in you, that deeper inner recognition. So remember then yourself, when you practice, don't caught up on thoughts, don't caught up on body, don't caught up on feelings, don't caught up on desires. Have a clear understanding where you need to go. And then little by little, it is not with the idea of gaining. In the very first level, allow it to settle down, everything to settle down, but keep the awareness and follow the recognition and be only with that, knowingly, that is the essence of your life. Everything is a part of it, byproduct of it. So your thoughts, your body, that all other things come out of the condition of the awareness. So if the awareness become weaker, then what will happen? By the time your mind become weaker, and when the weaker mind happens, it very easily start to accumulate the dust. That means the greed, hatred, and the delusion. So once you have that, it affects for your physical body. And then you are becoming even. Start to change. When you have so much greed, hatred, and the delusion, then out of that, what will happen? Your life going to become more dark. Dark means more struggle. So then when your awareness become clear, when you more into the that clarity, as a result of that, it refined that all the thoughts in you and get out of this darkness and get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion. And once you get out of it, your journey becomes more stronger. That the stronger means your awareness become more sharper. When the awareness become more sharper, this is what happens. The outside not going to change, and your environment not going to change, and the demons not going to become angels. So don't think like that. It's not going to happen, but you become like a wrestler. So your awareness become your awareness become like a very strong, well experienced wrestler. Your awareness has an ability to refine and tackle that everything in your own mind and get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion deeper inside you. And that is where the safety comes to you. And that is where you have the confidence, because you know out of this skin, you don't product anything related to greed, hatred, or the delusion. Then there is no reaction. So the result come looking for that. And that is where your life become more and more and more stronger inside you. And once you have that, your journey become more sharp and clear, your foundation become more stronger. When the foundation become more stronger, you build your life on it more higher. So those basic principles is very necessary to understand, and at the same time in day-to-day life, you have to, by knowingly, you have to mature with your point of view regarding meditation. Otherwise, don't take it as any other kind of like another dogma. No, because you practice meditation, remember that nothing going to change. It's nothing going to, go up and down. Things going to be the same, people going to be the same, but your awareness, the life essence going to become stronger. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. So take a moment and think. We practice this meditation technique following the path of all the Buddhas and enlightened masters to gain that wisdom. So in this sitting, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, Through the sensation, recognize inhalation as inhalations, exhalations as exhalations. Do nothing extra. Let your thoughts and body to settle down and deeply experience the recognition. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally, repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vaham hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.